Hello, students. Good evening. We have discussed characteristics of language. Now we will discuss functions of language. So, what are the functions of language? Linguists have proposed various models to categorize the functions of language, right? So, then linguists have proposed the different models for to categorize functions of language, and then one of the most well known is Roman Jacobson's model. So different linguists have given different models for categorize functions of language, but the most important well known model is that is Roman Jacobson model. Very important. Okay, so please take care. Which defines six main functions. So this model says that language has six main functions. Let us see. Number one, referential functions. What is referential function? This is the most basic function of language, focused on conveying information and facts. It is used to describe objects, events, and situations in the world. This is the language of science, news, and textbook. So, referential function. First of all, language is used for reference in science, news, and textbook. What they say that the most basic function of language focused on conveying information and facts. Naturally, we use language for information and facts, and it is used to describe object, event, and situation in the world. What is the object, right? What is the event, and what is the situation? So that first is referential function. Referential function means language is used for describe objects, events, and situations, right? Or generally language is used for conveying information and facts. So this is the first function. Number two, emotive or expressive function. This function is centered on the speaker and their feelings, attitudes, and emotions. So here language is used for showing our feelings, our attitudes, our emotions. So that is why another function of language is that's a language is used for showing our feelings, attitudes, or emotions. Okay, then what they say that this function is centered on the speaker, means speaker and their, so speaker shares his or her feelings, attitudes, and emotions through language, and it is used to express joy, anger, sadness, or surprise. Through language we express joy, anger, sadness, or surprise. So interjections like wow or ouch are excellent examples of this function. When we become happy, then we speak anything, right? So that is the interjection. Means that's a strong feeling like expression of surprise feeling. So that is through language. We use language, different kind of language. So another function is to use emotions, joy, anger, sadness, surprise through language. Then another function is conative function. This function is focused on the addressee, the receivers of the message, and aims to influence their behavior. It is the language of commands, requests, and persuasion. Example, please close the door or vote for me. Means that is language conative function. This function is focused on the addressee, right? So that is we focus on the addressee whom we are addressing. right? So we use, right, that is, yes, so we use language for, okay. Hmm. So this function is focused on the addressee, the receiver of the message, and aims to influence their behavior. So why we use, when we want uh, to get reaction of someone, then we use language. And then the language of commands, requests, persuasion, suggestion, right? So then we use this conative function. Conative function means when we our focus is on addressee, whom we are addressing. So then our focus is on you, we can say our focus is on you. If I am telling you bring me a glass of water, if I am requesting you please close the door, if I am saying to you not to go there, don't touch it, so then you will do it. So that comes under cognitive function. Then fatigue function. This function is used to establish, maintain, or close a communication channel or social bond. It is the language of small talk and greetings where the content of the message is less important than the act of communicating itself. Phrases like hello, how are you, or see you later are phatic. Phatic means language which is used to establish or maintain or close a communication channel or social bond. When we say that see you later means we are getting separated, right? So which comes under phatic function. When we try to either establish hello how are you means that's a beginning of the discussion, maintain something. When we want to maintain our good relation, then we can say that hey how are you, right? And then if we want to close that discussion, so okay see you later. So this is called fatigue, okay, communication channel or social bond. So when we establish or maintain or close the social bond, then we use such type of language which is called fatigue language. It is language of small talk, not much. So this which is very important. It's a language of small talk and small talks or greetings. Hello, that's enough. Where the content of message is less important than the act of communicating itself. Then act hello, 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 this way, different forms, right? So accordingly we communicate and very through less expressions. So that is fatigue function. Then poetic or aesthetic function. Another use of language is that this function focuses on the message itself and how it is structured, right? Emphasizing the form of message rather than just its content. This is the primary function of poetry, literature, and even advertising slogans, where the sound, rhythm, and imagery of the language are paramount. So this is used, this sometimes language is used to create particular atmosphere. So this kind of language focuses on the message itself, what message you are going to deliver through poems, right? Through your dialogues. So how it is structured. So that's language is molded, language is articulated. that is structured. Okay, and then emphasizing the form of the message rather than just its content. So not simple content but forms, right? How the language is formed. Sometimes we rhyme scheme we follow to making it effective. Our uh, message to make our message much effective, so we change the form of language, right? Rather than content might be simple, but then uh, we follow rhyme pattern, we speak in that way. So uh, that is the content. And then this is the primary function of poetry. Poetry is the biggest resource of communication. So poetry, literature, and even advertising slogans where sound, rhythm, and imagery of language are paramount, right? So uh, that's a and rhythm rhythm and imagery, the combination of sound, then rhythm, how to speak, and falling tone, rising tone, rising, falling tone. So that along with content, we use non-verbal communication or tone or voice modulation, which is called poetic or aesthetic function. So this is another function of language. Then metalingual or metalinguistic function. This function is the use of language to talk about language itself. So language is used for language. I'm teaching, that's a metalingual. What I'm teaching you, right? So I'm talking about language through language. So it involves discussing grammar, defining a word, or cla clarifying a misunderstanding. For example, what does arbitrary means? Or the word run has many different meanings. So that's a grammar, right? Sometimes we deal with grammar, sometimes I'm explaining you this through language only. Linguistics, I'm explaining you functions and characteristics. So that is also that comes under metalingual or metalinguistics function. So this function is called metalinguistics, right? When language is used for language explanation, right? So that's the same, they are saying that that's a function, use the language to talk about language itself. Okay, so use the languages, talk about language, oh sorry, talk about language itself. Okay, so that is it. Now, in addition to these, our other functions are often identified. Instrumental function, language used to get things done or satisfy needs. So sometime I need a glass of water, so someone will bring you glass of water. So that is instrumental function, means you are using someone as an instrument, or that if you're demanding for something, if you're talking something and expecting something in response, so that is called instrumental function. Then regulatory function, language used to control the behavior of others, right? Don't touch it, don't touch that. So then you are making them aware, or you are restricting for someone. So that is regulatory, means you are order someone and then they have to follow. So that comes under regulatory function. Then interactional function, language used to build or maintain social relationship. So that is social relationship here, to use social relationship. Okay, and I love spending time with you. That definitely creates harmony, and then interaction, through interaction that relations are improved. So that is interactional function. Then personal function, language used to express one's personal identity and feeling. I am a writer, so that's I am personal function, right? So that is called personal function. Then heuristic function, to gain knowledge and understand the world, right? What is uh, that called, suppose you are the new generation, you are very much familiar with technology. So if I'm asking what is called this, so if you are saying that this is AI, deep seek AI, or something, so if you are explaining me about AI, I don't know, so that is heuristic function. When to gain knowledge or understand the world, so then conversation is called heuristic function. Okay, and last one is imaginative function, language to create imaginary world, right? And that is and tell stories, right? Writing a novel or play or poetry or uh, nukkad natak, quite a street play kind of thing, that is imaginative functions. Okay, so these are the functions. So here we have seen characteristics and functions demonstrate that the language is far more than a simple tool of communication. So language is not so simple, that is for more than the simple tool of communication. And it is fundamental aspect of human cognition, social life and cultural development. So that is fundamental aspect of human cognition, we have to understand, and social life and cultural development. So language is very important. So we have seen that the functions of language: referential function, when we use a language for getting knowledge, right, for particular subjects, so that science, news and textbook. Then emotive, so that when we show our expression, emotions or sentiment, then the language we use, that is called emotive language. Then uh, conative language, so conative language is for request or order or command or interjection when used, so that is conative function. Then fatigue function, for fatigue function, when we start discussion or close discussion with very short words, which is called fatigue function. Then poetic or aesthetic function, when we use rhyme scheme and all, so to make our conversation more effective. So that is literature or aesthetic function, that creates something rhythm and all, so that comes under aesthetic function. Then metalingual, when language is used to express, to explain grammar and words, and language is used for language, is called metalingual or metalinguistic function. Then other functions: instrumental function means that's a to get things done, means or satisfied, means if you are telling someone to bring me a glass of water, or I need a coffee just now, so then he will serve you, that language is called instrumental. Then regulatory, when you are trying to regulate something, and you say don't touch it and sit here, don't move, something, that is regulatory. Then interaction, how are you, yeah, I would like to spend some time with you, creates harmony, creates friendship, so that is interactional function. Then personal function, I am so and so, I am a writer, I am a singer, so that's a personal function. Then heuristic function, to get knowledge from the world, if I am asking you that what is AI, explain me in detail, so that is something getting knowledge. Or last is language imaginative, when if I write something and that's a product of my imagination, so that is called imaginative function. So these are the different functions of language. Thank you so much. If you have any query, you are most welcome. Thank you.